camera, light, action, boom! Today's video is going to be about Sony A6300 and basically just a review, so roll the cinematic! So, guys, hope you're doing good. I'm pretty good. I mean, it's cloudy now. Just before I'm gonna start the actual review, I'm gonna bore you with the specs. So this camera has 24 megapixels, it has 425 autofocus points, 11 frames per second, a tilt screen, 4K video, full HD. It also has silent shutter, so basically you can take a picture and nobody will hear it. The camera also has a microphone input, which gives you a wider option of budget microphones to place in the camera. I bought this camera around 2.5 months ago just to upgrade my tiny camera, my film camera basically, because that's more or less what I'm doing with this camera. I'm filming with this. I'm making the b-rolls, I'm making the cinematics with it. I'm also making the vlogs and all the videos with this, but this is basically why I bought it, for film. Since I've bought this camera, my Nikon D500 has been sitting on the shelves collecting dust, which is a huge shame because the camera is really good, but it's quite bulky and it's quite heavy, which is why I prefer to walk around with this camera. So basically this camera is my go-to camera with this lens. It's the 18-105mm f4. The other lens I've been pairing this camera with is the Sony 50mm OSS. It's the 1.8 lens. It's pretty neat. It's not big at all, pretty lightweight, and this is literally my setup with this camera, and I don't really feel I need any more lenses with this camera. As I said, the camera does 4K. I have yet to do that, but I've done full HD, I've done 120 frames per second, I've done slow motions, which is really good to have the possibility to do. The only con with this camera when you do slow motion is that it automatically takes down the brightness of your screen. So if you're filming out in daylight and when it's sunny, you're basically not going to see what you're filming. But yeah, I really fell in love with this camera, and it has, as I said, been my go-to camera for the past 2.5 months. When I've been going out to explore Cornwall, I've only been taking this camera and this lens with me, because honestly that was all I needed. In my opinion, this is a very good camera. If you are looking for an upgrade from the Sony A6000 for example, this camera can be a good choice, but probably the A6500 or a full frame would be an even better choice. I would say this combo and this camera is really good for the price. So yeah, if you're just looking for a camera which does good video qualities. Actually, something I forgot to mention, it has picture profiles, and a Sony A6000 doesn't have picture profiles, but basically what that does is you can customize your profiles to your needs. If you want less sharpness or more flat profiles to color graded, this camera is a better option than the A6000, especially if you want to do more videos in a more professional manner. If you're going to focus on more video and still want good pictures, the A6300 is a very good camera in my opinion. I'm not sure if I would bring this camera with me out in the snow. I was very careful with my A6000 and just used my D500 when I was in Lofoten earlier this year. It's still plasticky, it's not really weather sealed as the D500 is, so being more careful with the camera itself, but I still feel like if you protect it and are careful with it, basically you could go anywhere with it, more or less. It's a budget-friendly camera with a 24 megapixels, does slow motion, does 4K, has a microphone input, which if you want to do videos is really neat. It has picture profiles, which means you can have flat profiles, and yeah, it doesn't cost too much, around £800, £900 or something like that for the body only. And with the lens, it depends if you get with this lens or with the kit lens, the 16-50mm, the price is different, but overall it's a budget-friendly camera. So if you want to focus more on video and do still photography but want the possibility to do better post-production, editing and color grading the clips you're doing. A6300 is a very good camera to start out with if you are going to start with a brand new camera or are a beginner who wants to focus on filming. So yeah, compared to the A6000, A6300 is taking the step further and is a very good choice to do. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe or leave a comment or give a thumbs up or thumbs down. I hope I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care.